Hello children, we start exercise 13a. Now we start algebra. So algebraic expression we are going to do. So here first I'll give you the concept and I'll do a few questions to make that concept clear. But just I'll tell you, in class 6 children, now you are in class 7, you have done this chapter called, very first chapter here, it's called algebraic expression. Class 6, if you see, it was called fundamental concepts of algebra. There you will see I have made this is class 6 videos. I have made 4 videos. So first one is not that important, you can see. So on this chapter which is 12b and 12c, 12a is part 1, so part 2, 3 and 4 you can see, because almost everything is same. Here you have little more. So basic concept, all these are there, little more we are doing in class 7. So if you want to make your base stronger, please see this 3 videos on chapter exercise 12b and 12c. I'll give you the links is provided. You can see the description also, description box you can see. So please see, then this chapter you will enjoy more. So here we go. So first thing is that what is algebraic expression? It consists of constant and variable. It has constant like 3, okay, here 3 also you can see, and variable like x, y, a, b, like that. More example we will get. So it is constant and variables which are connected by 4 fundamental operations in maths: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So namely this 4 operations you will see, like here it is division, there is subtraction, addition. Okay, so this is what is algebraic expression. There are few types of algebraic expression. Monomial, they have 1 term. Binomial, they have 2 terms, you can see. Trinomial, they have 3 terms. Okay, so we will do the sum. And there is something called coefficients, children, which I'll tell you. There are numerical or numeral coefficients and literal coefficient. So in my part 2 video over here of 13a, 2 more thing I'm going to discuss, which will be, that video will come after this, where we will see what are like terms, okay, and next is what are polynomials and how to find degree of polynomials, which already you have done. So this part 4 is, if you see the video, part 3 and 4, you will see almost same thing I'm going to do in class 7. So this is the first half of the chapter in part 1. So kindly copy and get the concept. Then we will move to question 1. So children, now we move on to question 1, where we are going to identify which of this algebraic expression is your monomial, which is binomial, and which is trinomial. So if you have seen earlier, monomial means 1 term. So see, this is into, this is a mono means 1, this is a monomial, 1 term. If you see, this is also division, children. So into, if this would have been plus or minus, children, this would have been a binomial if you have plus. But since it is multiplication, it is monomial. Since it is division, it is a monomial. Okay, so as I told you, if this would have been plus or minus, children, it would have been a binomial. So plus minus makes it 2 term. Okay, like see this one, this is with plus sign, so this is a binomial. So when you go to class 11, children, we'll have 1 chapter called binomial theorem. So this will again come in higher classes, especially class 11. You will see binomial theorem, we will see there. This one, as I told you, is a monomial because this is division. This is also a monomial because this is multiplication, but here plus minus, these 2 things in between. Okay, so it's a binomial. Here, children, these are plus minus, so this is a trinomial. Tri means 3, If you have any doubt, I'll tell you how and why. There are three things connected by plus minus. This can be written as what I call opposite of LCM. Okay, so this can be written as this. So you can see three separate terms. 7 I have separated them. So if you take LCM of this, you will get this. So I've taught you earlier. Class 6 also you would have seen. Common denominator, write the denominator, and we add or subtract the numerator. This is what is LCM of this is this. This is opposite of LCM. So you can see three terms. If there would have been into children here, it would have been one term only, monomial. Three terms means trinomial. Here also we have three terms. So children, this is also a trinomial. And here if you see, this is into children. So this is one term, this is one term, not plus or minus. Into division makes it one term, two term. So this is also a binomial. Okay, once more, one term, and this is one term. 1, 2, 3 term, trinomial. 1 plus 1, 2 terms, binomial. 1, 2, 3 terms, trinomial. There is one term, division, I explained already, monomial. This is also monomial, and there are two terms, binomial. So kindly copy, pause the video and copy. If you have any doubt, you can rewind, you can play back and understand and copy. So next we move on to question 2. So in this algebraic expression, especially we take monomial. These are monomial because numerical coefficient or literal coefficient you can find of only terms. So you can see, so it will be monomial. And if you want to go into detail and understand it more in a more better way, see my video lesson, go back to the concept which is given in your textbook and see the solved example. Then you will understand it in a much better way. So here we go. So numerical means children number, if you see. So what is the number here? -2. Literal means it comes from what you can say like literature, language, English. Alphabets basically we can call. So what are the alphabets here, children? P cube, Q square. So this is numerical coefficient, what numbers you have. And what are the alphabets? English language letters. So those are called literal. You can understand like literature we have words only basically, not numbers. So this is 5 by 9 children. Numerical. Okay. And what is the literal? Literal is x, y, z square. Okay, this is number 2. Number 4, 3. So this you can understand, children, as 3 into 1 by a square, because your literal coefficient is 1 by a square. 3 into 1 by a square. So here in the same way you can see literal numerical coefficient is -2. Take care of the sign, -2. And what is the literal? X square by yz. X square by yz. So here I have taught you what are numerical coefficient and what are literal coefficient. Numerical means number, literal means alphabets. Okay, same order, 1 by a square. So try to understand, this was little tricky. 3, no problem, 1 by a square, not a square. So here x square by yz. So kindly you can pause the video and copy. So now children, we move on to the last question of this session. Rest of the question 4, 5, 6. So 3 questions I have done in this session, my part 1 of the video, and next 3, 4, 5, 6 I'll do in the part 2 of my video. So last question is going to be very interesting, children. So kindly see, write down the coefficient of. So this is given. So here try to understand, previous question was literal coefficient and numerical coefficient. But here coefficient, when you have an expression, means, now try to understand this here. what I am writing here, you can see here, again I am writing this question. Coefficient of this, in this write the coefficient of p square. So again I am writing this for your making your understanding clear. So here coefficient of p square means you leave this, so I can use the red color marker. So coefficient of p square, children, means leave the p square. What is the remaining thing? If you see, the remaining thing is minus 5 q cube and r to the power 4. Once more, in the given expression monomial, write down the coefficient of p square. So leave the p square here. I am not doing here, I am doing here. So leave the p square term and see what is remaining. So next question will also clear your concept. Once more I am writing same thing. Okay. So what is the coefficient of this? So we all leave this. What is coefficient in this? What is the coefficient of this? So 5 you leave. P square means there are 2 p's, you can try to understand. Square means 2 p's, so 1 p you leave. Q square means there are 3. So this you can understand to be q cube. I can write as q into q square. So you also leave this. So here whatever is there, just you see what is other than 5pq square. So what I have here, if you see, is nothing is there. Minus sign you write minus will be there, or you can write minus 1. 5 I will not write because 5 is here. P, okay, there are 2 p's, so 1 p I will write. Q's square, so there are 3 q's, so 2 I will not write. Q square, q I will write, and r was not here, and r to the power 4. Another very easy thing I'll tell you, children, is this: if you multiply this and this coefficient and this, you will get this. So once more, see, in this write down the coefficient of this, means leave this in this and write what is not there. So here 5, don't write 5, minus will write. So if 5 is here, don't write here in the answer. P, so there are 2p, 1p I leave, 1p I write. Q square, there are 3, so q square I don't write. One more q is there because it is q cubed or cube, so I write q. R was not here, R4, so I write R4. So here you see next one in the same way we have, if you see, minus 5 p square q cube R4. So here I'll leave out PQR. So what remains here, children, see nicely. Leave out 1 PQR from here, 5. So there are 2p. So 1p I leave, 1p remains. 1q I leave, 2q remains. And R4, so 1r I take out, R3 remains. Okay. So once more, what is here, you just don't take it from here, rest of the thing you take here. And best thing, you multiply this with this, you will get this. So next one, children, see here. Here, what are the thing I am going to leave? Minus, minus, so I will not write minus. P of 5 is not here, so I will write 5. P, so there are 2p, so 1p I will not write, 1p I will write. Q square, there is q cube, so 3 cubes here. Q into q into q, and there are 2 cubes, so 1 more q I will write. R cube here, 3, r into r is there are 4r, r into r into r into 1 more 4r, so I won't write 3r. Last one you see here. So little hard, children, you pause the video, go back, rewind and do slowly. So here 5 is there, so I will not write 5, so I will write minus. So this is the coefficient q cube, so no p is here, so p square I will write. Okay, q cube is here both, so already I have got q cube, so this q cube I will not write. R1 is there are 4, so I will write 3 more. Okay, so finally check once more nicely that we have got the right answer. So multiply first and the last, and you will see that we get your correct coefficient. So out of 6 part children, if you see, I have done all for you except part 3. So kindly try them. So children, especially this last question, as I told you, first and last you multiply. So very simple thing I'll tell you in this, write down the coefficient means this you leave from here. So when you see this, leave this and take the rest of the thing. Leave this and take the rest of the thing from here. So if you practice 2-3 times, I hope you will be able to understand. So I hope you have copied. So do this question 1, 2, 3 again. Go through the concepts of the chapter. Do the solved example and do this once more. Thank you boys for watching this video lesson.